Welcome back to GAA Fan TV. My name is Aaron. Welcome back to the football preview. We're going to be previewing all this weekend's football action, as well as looking at two of the under-20 football games, because let's be honest, the games this weekend in senior football, we'll probably run out of things to talk about after about 15 minutes. So we'll discuss the under-20 games as well. Two big games there. Sligo against Kildare, Tyrone against Kerry. We might run through some other GAA related topics as well. And just a reminder, we're brought to you by Declan Kirby GAA Star, best children's GAA book out on the market at the minute. Available on Easons, Amazon, and all good bookshops. You can check it out in the description down below. So make sure to go and do that when you get a chance. I'm here with John McMahon from the JMac podcast. How is life, big man? You well?
Good. All good, thank God. Aaron, thanks a million for having me on the show again. So, yeah, we're looking forward to the action once again. We've 3 games to kind of dive our heads into, I suppose. Look, it's really... This is the kind of cards we've been dealt with. Like, I suppose it's the lack of games. It seems to be... It's a frightening thing. And obviously, we can talk about the TV coverage with the games last weekend. But look, we have 3 games to look at, from a Cavan point of view. Donegal, we take them on Sunday. Galway against Leitrim on Sunday, and then on Saturday you have Cork and Kerry. So yeah, lots. In fairness, probably a lot of talk points within each game and going into it. So yeah, no, looking forward to the chat.
100%. Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll crack on with Donegal and Cavan as the first game because. Well, look, you're obviously a very proud Cavan man, as we very well know. This is the big one now. Can you get over the line here, avoid the Tailteann Cup, and get into your what would actually be a third Ulster final in 4 years, which is actually kind of crazy, really, when you think about it. Since 2019, 2020, 2022, obviously you didn't get to the final last year. Jesus, I mean, if you win this one, I mean, the Cavan revolution. I mean, maybe we need to start putting Cavan in, as the same as the Dubs,
Oh, big time. Yeah, no, it's definitely an impressive feat. Like, 2019 Ulster finalists. 2020. Hello, Mr. GAA Statsman. Good to see you. And then obviously, well, fingers crossed this year too. But yeah, no, look, it's uncharted territory definitely for Cavan. But again, it's the population, it's the size. It's where we hopefully it should be aspire to get to of them levels. But no, we're looking forward to Sunday. It'll be a great day out. And it's great to have these kind of. It's only until I was talking to someone yesterday. Like, it's great to be able to go to games again, just enjoy the crack around, a few pints, bit of crack, see the lads. So it's brilliant. It's that saying, you probably miss something when it's gone, and it's all back. So it's brilliant. Even being in Croke Park, supporting the Cavan lads on, and the Wexford game and bits, like it's great to be out and about seeing these games again. So we're looking forward to Sunday. It's a shot to nothing. Like, it's a shot in the absolute dark. We're coming in against a very kind of strong Donegal, team that's in form at the minute. Obviously Michael Murphy, we know about the form of him at the minute, and Paddy McBurty's doing quite well as well, and Langan and boys like that. But look, we won't fear it. You can look at the Donegal team with the last couple of years. I probably have said this to you before, that it's probably not the strongest team now in the last couple of years, so we won't be fearing it. Better man than Mickey Graham to have a plan up his sleeve. So look, we're going in with quiet confidence ahead of Sunday. I see we're 5-1 at the minute, so we're definitely shorter priced than years gone by. So that's probably the bookies obviously gives us a bit of a chance. But just looking forward to it. Nothing to lose. We probably, as I said to a fella the other day, we probably achieved good enough so far this year. Like, if you were to say to a Cavan fan at the start of the year, get out of Division 4, win the league final, win the first round of the championship, being an Ulster semi final, you probably would have bit their hand off. So yeah, just look, Aaron, looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, it does sort of feel like bonus territory, I suppose, in many ways. Like, you done what you set out. Obviously, you won Division 4, you got promoted, you steamrolled Antrim. You're obviously going into this game as underdogs, but it's a weird one because Cavan are big underdogs. Like, I don't know if it was yourself who put it in the group chat there the other day, saying Cavan are 5-1, and Cavan beat Donegal obviously the last time they played in the championship.
8-1.
8-1, yeah, Jesus, yeah, and obviously that was the 2020 Ulster final, but not much has changed since then in terms of personnel. Like, I mean, you haven't had too many players retire or leave the panel. Still have the same manager. Donegal obviously still have a lot of their same players, but I mean, and even in 2019, you gave them a good run for your money. So I mean, there are some positives to take on into this one, even though you are, I suppose, big underdogs.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like, look, I think a lot of people will be kind of thinking, like, 2019, they're kind of thinking, oh, will it just be a repeat of 2019? And God, like, fingers crossed, it won't be. Like, but you're probably just thinking like in 2020 when we did play them, it was down in Armagh, nice tight pitch, COVID year, no fans at it. So this is the real litmus test for this Cavan team to see where we go and like how far we can go. And it's going to be Clonus. Hopefully the weather will be good. So like, don't get me wrong, you just don't want to repeat it 2019. Absolutely not. But it's a good test to see where we're at. And obviously Donegal, there's huge pressure up there at the minute. So there's obviously more pressure on Donegal this Sunday than us. So that suits us down to the ground. We perform better sometimes when we're actually underdogs to a lot of the games too. So that's going to be very beneficial for Sunday, I feel too. So no, it's a real shot to the dark. And I think the lads, obviously are preparing very well. I think they were in Cork about a week before the Antrim game. I think Finney Hanley was telling us that on a training camp, working on defensive stuff, played Cork in a challenge game. So look, preparation like that's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, you're just kind of hoping there is that bit of confidence within the group. It's like anything else, championship, it's funny. Armagh went in with great expectations against this Donegal team a few weeks ago. Look what happened. So again, could be absolutely, eat my words, this time next week. But look, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Do you think Donegal are now the favourites for the Ulster Senior Football Championship now that the fact that Tyrone aren't in there, Armagh aren't in there? I know Derry, look, they put up a huge win against Tyrone, but I still feel like it'll be a tall order for Derry to go and beat Monaghan and then maybe go and beat Donegal in a final. So do you think Donegal are the favourites at this moment in time?
Yeah, look, I suppose when you're kind of comparing and contrasting form, I think the very, very good performance with Derry last Sunday against Tyrone. So I probably would be looking at Derry if they get over the line against Monaghan. Now it would be a massive test for them. So look, it'll just depend how well Donegal perform on Sunday against us. Like, I know they're going in as severe favourites. And look, I think we will prove a very difficult test for them. So it's all like, again, the Ulster Championship, like it's absolutely flown by, mind you, as well. It's crazy how quick it's gone. But no, I think Donegal, we'll see where they're at on Sunday, what way they're going to set up against us. It was a great win for them against Armagh. Armagh were very heavily tipped to win that game. Donegal took care of them with great style, great effort. Everything went well. It went right for them that day. Armagh really didn't prove much of a test. So probably Armagh played Division 1 teams all year, had a better, stiffer test than we do. I think the one thing for Cavan's point of view, I keep saying this, our preparation going into the game, we played Division 4 teams, stiff test against Tipperary in the league final. Antrim game, first half, poor enough kind of display. Second half, we really went at them. So our preparation going into it, probably not the same as probably maybe Armagh's was for their game. But look, Cavan, it'll suit us because all the talk in the last couple of weeks, like we've been severe favourites for all our league games, Antrim game, maybe not the Antrim game, but this game it suits the Cavan that's down to the ground.
Yeah, GAA Statsman was saying here, do you know the result of that challenge game by any chance, John? I think Finian was saying it was 2 points to Cavan, I think, was it? Is that what he said?
Right. I think so. God, I think he did.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We won't quote him on that anyway, just in case. But yeah, but nonetheless, obviously, yeah, those two playing each other in a challenge match will be interesting actually to know what the score was there. Dylan Duffy says here, I think Monaghan will win Ulster, and then Orlally says Kerry gonna batter Cork, and yeah, we will get on to that.
We'll get on to that. Don't worry.
We'll get on to that absolute feast in about a couple of minutes time. But Michael Murphy, obviously, as we very well know, Donegal's talisman, the main man really in this Donegal team for a number of years now. I mean, how
2009.
Since 2009, I mean, he's going around a long time. He's almost like Benjamin Button. He's nearly getting younger at this stage.
At the tender age of what?
No, he's putting us all to shame. Let's put it that way. Who marks him? Who picks him up? How do you stop his influence? I can't remember 2020, but I remember he didn't have too much of an influence in the game, from what I remember.
I think the best way to mark Michael Murphy on Sunday, I think there's the Jody entrance into Clonus. I'd say if we got a pair of what's these things when you're getting arrested? God, a pair of cuffs and just cuff them to the thing. No, look, joking aside, Michael Murphy, that's the big talking point going into this game on Sunday. Look, a lot of people are kind of saying Killian Clark. Killian Clark has been playing midfield basically all season. It's hard to know, is that his kind of position where he really thrives? I think I said this to you before. So obviously Conor Moyne is going to be playing centre half back, and imagine might be listed to play wing forward like the Antrim game, but I think he will drop back. But Michael Murphy, it's the who picks him up, what do you do with him? He's just everywhere. You can see him in the full back line, the midfield, full forward, half forward. He's just absolutely unbelievable. But look, who picks him up? I'm not overly sure. Like, do you put Killian Clark on him and maybe get Conor Moynihan to give him a hand? It's kind of hard to know. And then you kind of have that aspect as well of maybe Pádraig Faulkner. So it just depends. Maybe what I was thinking was maybe Faulkner might go on Murphy, but then you see, the thing is, I know Faulkner like kind of roving up the pitch, so it might suit Faulkner because Faulkner does like going up the pitch, kind of going up to the half forward line, supporting the play, might get the odd point or two. Faulkner would be the man, I'd say, and then maybe Jason McLaughlin might go on Paddy McBrearty is what I'd be thinking. Again, that could be all changed. Killian Clark's impact will be interesting in the game, see where we play him, where he'll play. But look, it's going to be a huge challenge for who do we put on him? There is good lads there, but it's going to be an absolutely. I think, look, the big thing is stop Michael Murphy, stop Donegal. I probably would be off the belief of that because I think to win an Ulster Championship game, this crack of Paddy McBrearty only kind of coming in dribs and drabs and taking notions really during games to kind of come and go, and that probably won't win an Ulster Championship game. So I really do feel, I know this is big words, if we could try stop Murphy, and like any team that will be playing Donegal this year, stop Michael Murphy. Stop doing it all, Aaron.
Yeah, but that's obviously a tall order. But as you said with Paddy McBrearty, I mean, 324 from him in 8 games this year. So, if you do limit Murphy's influence, you then have to worry about McBrearty. You need to worry about McHugh running up the field. Obviously, the O'Donnells who've come in there have made a big impact. Michael Langan as well. So, there really is so much to contend with, really. It's very hard for you to win this game now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it probably is. Maybe when you weigh it up, I'm probably going in with more hope and expectation. But I think, look, that does kind of suit the Cavan lads. Like a challenge, like a test like this really does suit them. And they've tried on this so many times. And I keep saying it, we've played Donegal so many times in underage football, the under 20 games, under 21 games. So, and a lot of lads would have played against these lads numerous times. So surely they know the ins and outs of how they work. You've obviously Rice McMenamin giving the Cavan lads a hand this year, Shani Johnson. So look, them boys know them inside, Mickey Graham as well. So there will surely be plans in place. But look, it's a huge ask. It is a huge ask because the perfect example you can really use is it's like maybe if you try to eliminate Michael Murphy, it's like putting out a fire. There's another fire, there's another fire. So it's like putting out one fire and then 2 or 3 others come at the same time. But I just feel, I know you're after kind of saying a very, very good tally for Paddy McBrearty, but I don't know what it is about him. Like, he always has very, very good league campaigns. But I just think when it comes to the championship, sometimes, I don't know, maybe that's why he hasn't got an all-star championship. Is it like high pressurized for him? But he just hasn't really delivered for Donegal in the championship in recent years. Could be wrong in that, but I just don't know. I haven't been overly impressed with him, but he's a fantastic league player. I don't know what you think about that. But again, I just keep saying it. Eliminate Michael Murphy. I know Donegal have a lot of strong runners. Cavan have strong runners too, but look, yeah, it's a huge ask. Let's not shy away from it.
Yeah, I suppose with McBrearty, I feel like he's been unfortunate in some ways though, because I feel like he's probably been let down by his teammates in some respects. Like obviously in that Tyrone game, like Michael Murphy gets sent off, they're down to 14 men. Very hard to get him in the game the year before as well. Obviously the Cavan game and everything else. I feel like he is a top drawer, a top class player, but maybe what you said there, maybe just doesn't have the consistency at this moment in time to do it on the big occasion, but undoubtedly certainly has the ability. I think everyone can see that.
Yeah, no, look, 110%. And look, I could be eating my words again next week, and McBrearty could go out and get 1-5, 1-6 this weekend. But I just think up until maybe the championship, and look, that could completely change again this weekend. This game could change it all around. But I just think of the championship, McBrearty just in and out of games, and always has brilliant league campaigns. You're after saying a tally for him, unbelievable. But I just think when it comes to the white-heated championship battle, it always seems to be Michael Murphy that steps up because, the Armagh game, McBrearty got the all-important goal, fair enough, sign of good player, etc., etc. But you probably want to be seeing, or hopefully not this Sunday anyway, but like 1-5, 1-6 from McBrearty or 6 or 7 points. I know that's high standards, but look, that's the player you're dealing with. But yeah, no, it's look, I hope to God it's going to be a good game as well because look, Galway, Leitrim, that's a write-off before you even say it. Kerry, Cork's going to be a write-off. So you're just hoping from a neutral point of view, a Cavan supporter, a Donegal supporter, that this game saves the weekend, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, you really are relying on
Cavan, as usual.
Cavan very much. I mean, Jesus, who would have thought we'd all be going into this weekend relying on Cavan to save the weekend? I mean, absolutely crazy. Paddy Lynch, 423 in total from him this year. I mean, an incredible year.
Thanks to me.
That he has had. Thanks to you. Yeah, you had a conversation with him in a smoking area or in a bar or something like that or whatever. Maybe in the Jacks or something like that. And that reinvigorated him to come back to Cavan. And here we are. It's almost like you should get a commission fee or something for him being back there. Maybe you could take the assists or something, you know?
Oh my God. Yeah, look, Paddy Lynch, what a season the man is having. Man of the match in the Tipperary game, league final, and man of the match against Antrim Solo. I'm delighted for Paddy. Like, he is absolutely flying this year. Like, it's great because it keeps reverting back to my point every time I do one of these podcasts talking about Cavan. I think we finally found a marquee for Paddy. I'd really like to think so. He's both-footed. He's physically strong. He's 22, 23. He has 10, 11 years at the top level if he keeps the body right. So it's brilliant. I'm just delighted the way it's working for him, because it's just fantastic to see, because we've been absolutely crying out for that marquee man. And I think we found it. Massive task for him on Sunday. Donegal, probably some of the best defenders in Ireland. So it's going to be a huge task to see where Paddy's at. I know he's a young fella, but look, no better team to kind of pitch yourself against to see where you're at as a professional, as a Gaelic footballer. So it'll be brilliant. I suppose from Paddy's point of view, again, it keeps referring back to the point. I know he had a good league final against a good tip team, man of the match against Antrim, but look, not big tests really throughout the league. You're talking the Wexfords, you're talking the Leitrims, all this kind of crack, you know. So I think this Sunday, Paddy Lynch, it's a huge test for him, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he gets on, because by God, he can mix it.
Who do you think he'll be up against? Who do you think will be picking him up in that Donegal full back line? Could it be Brendan McCall maybe if he's in there, or who could it be, do you think?
I'd say probably Brendan McCall, and it's kind of, it keeps referring back to the point as well. Donegal have always had these cornerbacks that love going up the pitch and helping support the play. So I don't know, does Lynch like tracking back, or like does he like going back to the Cavan full back line and presuming he's an out-and-out shooter and likes kind of getting the ball over the bar and just being up the other end of the field instead of having to chase back. So you're just kind of hoping that, you know, he gets a kind of a good crack and whip on Sunday. But yeah, as you say, probably McCall. But look, you're just hoping that he can get the better of him, because look, Paddy, like, in fairness, he'd be a very tough man to kind of be marking, or I think most kind of defenders in the country would struggle against him. So, but look, I'm just delighted the form he's shown.
Yeah. So what's your prediction for the big game? Are you going to stick your neck on the line and predict Cavan to do the unthinkable, perform some more heroics just like they did in 2020, or is Donegal just a bit too strong, unfortunately?
Look, it's probably just a case of the heart saying Cavan, brain saying Donegal, and I think, you know, that's being realistic about it. AP. Look, it's going to be a huge ask at the Cavan lads on Sunday. They've no doubt about that. The preparation's been 2 weeks since the Antrim game, so they've a lot of time to do their homework on Donegal. Obviously would have seen Donegal against Armagh the following day after our game. So look, it's a huge ask. I'd love for us to do it. I think it'd blow the championship absolutely wide open. No better, I keep saying it, no better man than Mickey Graham to cause an upset. But look, heart says Cavan, brain says Donegal. But the predictions now, Jesus, if anyone was to follow my predictions, it'd probably be, if they were betting now, Jesus, it'd probably be broke or homeless probably. But look, just for the crack, Aaron, you know what I'm like. I'll go Cavan to sneak it by 2. But yeah, if that happens now, we'll be going to Las Vegas, me and you.
I'm gonna take your word for that. To be fair, I'd love a little trip away. You know, provided Dublin aren't in any All-Ireland finals or anything like that. Otherwise, we'll be. Well, to be fair, we'll be going to Vegas twice then.
No, look forward to the game, and I think Cavan. It's probably, I think the general consensus is, Aaron, Cavan to probably give them lots of it for maybe 50 minutes, and then Michael Murphy, Paddy McBurdy to kind of step up. But look, I hope I'm wrong. Huge task. Looking forward to it, and hopefully Cavan can get over the line, because I know Cavan's your second county.
Oh, I don't know about that now. I mean,
third county.
I did predict Antrim member to be Cavan, so I'm not.
That
was probably one of my more poor predictions. You know, I mean, you can't get them all right. You know what
I mean? But I wouldn't mind. I think I had you on for my pod, and you went as serious. And John, to be honest with you, I'd be very worried if I was you.
Yeah. Sure. Look. I just had you always see shock surprises in the championship. You see moments. I felt like that was one. I just did, but no, geez, I couldn't have been more wrong. It was fair. It was fairly obvious even after about 15 minutes. Really, who was gonna come out on top. I will predict Donegal to win this one by 6, and obviously you'll be hoping I'll be wrong twice in a row. But we'll obviously have to wait and see. Cork and Kerry. I mean, as you said before, this is it's a bit sad really in some ways talking about this game, because it's a bit like Dublin and Meath, where there used to be a real rivalry there. There was history, tradition, fans would get so excited for it. We get so ready for it. And it's not Kerry's fault by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, they're a brilliant team, an amazing team. They've some of the best players going. Even if Cork were a good team, they probably still would get beat by this Kerry team because of how strong they are and because of, how well of a league campaign they've had. But obviously Cork in massive disarray. You could argue the case that this is maybe possibly the worst that we've ever seen from Cork football, in a long time, certainly in my lifetime. I know they got relegated to Division 3 in 2019, I think it was, or 2018. They gave Kerry a good run for their money in that Munster final. Actually ended up having a good year, but something tells me, just with things going on behind the scenes, and obviously Keith Rickon stepped away due to health concerns, and obviously a lot of players opting out. It just, you're looking at this and you're thinking this could be 20 plus. Really, it really could.
Yeah, look, Aaron, like I've been watching a lot of kind of podcasts all week talking about this kind of Cork and Kerry game, and it really is. And I know me and you done a rivalries podcast, I think last February, and if anyone wants to watch that, of course, it's all on all good podcast platform apps. If anyone wants to watch it, I'm just giving you a plug, Aaron.
That's it. Why not? Let's keep it going. Come on.
Check us in the post. But look, no. Again, no, it's very disappointing to see where that rivalry's gone, because we've Daniel Goulding, me and you, in the group chat, and it is so sad to see where that rivalry has gone. 2013 up until probably 2013-14, that was an unbelievable rivalry, and then Kerry just got shit hot, unbelievable good, and went way ahead of Cork. And it really is kind of sad, because I always remember that, watching that rivalry, Jesus, as a young fella, and you're obviously looking at the Gouldings, the Gooches, the O'Sheas, Paddy Kerrigan, Colin O'Neill, all them boys, just absolute shootout, Aaron. Unbelievable game of football. We're just not going to see that this Saturday. I'd be very surprised. Kerry will probably coast home to it. I think Jack O'Connor, it's like anything else. It's the elephant in the room. He means business this year. This is a bump in the road. They'll get over it. You're probably talking 10, 50 points, I'd well imagine. It's going to be great. Look, amidst of all the madness, it's going to be seeing David Clifford again. We're looking forward to seeing the man in action. You're probably talking Clifford. A lot of people are kind of maybe criticising him, saying he hasn't opened up against Cork yet and hasn't played well against them. But Christ bless and save stats. He's done it against everyone else. So Christ, give him that's. I don't know. The GA media can jump at people a lot, but he hasn't done it against Cork, but yet he's done it against everyone else. So madness. And I think he'll let rip this Saturday, no doubt. But look, you're probably looking forward to seeing Clifford in action, but bar that, it's going to be a Kerry comfortable win, I'd well imagine. I think Cork probably still disarray. Ian Maguire out with an injury. Their captain, one of the best midfielders in Ireland. It's unfortunate that Cork won't probably be able to give it a good a humdinger game. But look, I think Kerry should coast home to victory. If they have any intentions of winning the All-Ireland this year, they have to set their stall out early. It has to be probably the standards we're talking about, a 10, 15-point win to see where they're at. But no, I don't think Cork's going to be at the races on Saturday, Parky Rain. And then, I don't know, they might get the chance to go to the Ed Sheeran concert and sing Bad Habits all night.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose with David Clifford, it is interesting, all right, like who you were saying there in terms of...
I need to see Clifford in the flesh. He's like Ronaldo.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, look.
He probably knows me and you with these podcasts.
Oh, yeah, I'd say he tunes in all the time. How do you think he became so good? Do you know what I mean? I mean, he's taken after you, John, and your incredible words of wisdom that you're giving to every listener here. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant stuff. Yeah, no, look, but you see, that's what I mean. That's what we're talking about. It is probably like the Ronaldo or Messi. That's the only reason you probably would want to tune into this game on Saturday, just to see a glimpse of the man again. But again, it just reverts back to the point. It's so sad to see where it's gone. I know Keith Rickon has had to step away from the Cork set up because due to health illness, and obviously we wish him all the best. But it's just so sad to see where that rivalry's gone. Can you make a course? Sorry if Matthew Hurley, if you're listening to all this, but can you make a case for Cork to win this weekend? I think it's try to be as competitive as possible for the first half and see where it takes you. But Christ, Aaron, it's it's sad too, isn't it? Too,
I suppose the only or the big case maybe you could make for Cork is obviously there are players in that team that beat Kerry in 2020. Now a lot of them have stepped away. Obviously, Ian Maguire is injured. Luke Connolly, Mark Keane obviously plays with the Hurlers. Luke Connolly's opted out. A lot of those players actually aren't there. Paul Kerrigan's retired, but there will be some players in that team that did beat Kerry in 2020. And obviously with Parky Rin, it's a smaller ground. Obviously the whole, Parky Rin or nowhere sort of situation there might maybe entice Cork on a little bit, might give them an extra 5 to 10%. The fact that it is a big rivalry, and even in 2019, Cork had a dreadful year. They got relegated to Division 3 for the first time in their history, and then gave Kerry a good run for their money in the Munster final. Now, you probably would say, though, that Kerry are a much better team since then. They were a very young team back then, maybe a little bit naive. Mm-hmm. So, there's a few arguments maybe for Cork to maybe do something, but even at that, I'm probably reaching here,
Yeah. No, I think it's the classic case for a lot of Cork lads, and look, me, I kind of like to look on the lighter side of life, but that song, I don't know what Ed sing it on Sunday or Saturday, but when your legs don't work like they used to before. So I think that's where a lot of the Cork lads are probably going to be at in Saturday. And sorry, I'm probably after ruining your evening with that one, but
you must be a big Ed Sheeran fan. Fair play.
It's not bad. On that, I had to sell the tickets to Croke Park, so I couldn't even get going. And I wouldn't mind $90 for the damn things.
Jesus,
only got one sold, and then the other one didn't get sold. So I don't know if anyone's feeling generous, send me £100. But no, there is cases. I think it's the wee bits and pieces around it, Aaron. Parker Rin or nowhere. I don't, as you said, Aaron, and I know not to make a mockery of it. The game could be played in the Boone. Their backyard and Cork, Kerry probably always going to win. But look, it's just the little wee bits you can say. Oh, could this happen? Could that happen? I think Kerry mean business surely this year. That chairman's back. I think all the boys keep going on about him in the group chat, pat the bag, whatever you call him. Like it seems to be when he's about to play as Kerry do successful. I don't know why it is. But look, the main business this year. It's just a chance to see Davy Clifford again, Paddy Clifford, all that kind of crack would be brilliant. Sean O'Shea, I'm presuming fit for Saturday. I haven't heard any other things. And then from a Cork point of view, Brian Hurley, Steve Sherlock up top to cause a bit of damage. But I think Kerry's defence motoring very well. Paddy Talley has them extremely tight at the back, as tight as you know what. So look at Kerry by double digits, I'd imagine. AP.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really disagree with
Sorry, Matthew.
With that statement there. Dylan does say here, at least Cork will have home advantage. I'm heading to Parky Rin on Saturday, supporting Kerry. So there you go. I mean, maybe, I'm not. Yeah. I thought he said he supported Cork there at the start, so I got a little confused there at the end. Maybe I thought he switched. He switched corners.
You're thinking out loud, Dylan. Thinking out loud.
Yeah, I mean, you're giving us an old karaoke session here. Is there any more here coming?
If you want to lose all viewership, Aaron, holy God. But look, stop the lights and let me off. But no, this game, unfortunately, that's the way it is. Look, the provincials are a dead duck. I think that's probably for another day's conversation, and this is probably the exact game we're talking about. The provincials being absolutely useless at this current minute of time. We'll touch in the Galway Leitrim game now in a couple of minutes. That's going to be hockey score. Saturday, Cork Kerry is going to be hockey score. So there we go. But look, from a Cork point of view, if there's anything, and you rightly said a couple of minutes ago, siege mentality, Parky Rin or nowhere, tight pitch. I think the Cork forwards apparently do well in Parky Rin. I don't even know how they can really use that as a siege mentality, but to throw it in there anyway. But no, I keep saying it. Kerry me business, double digit score, go at them. But then, like last year's game, Cork Kerry, Kerry blew them out of the water as well. So it just, I know we're trying to build it up, but it's just so disappointed that rivalry's gone down to Swanee, Aaron. It really is.
Yeah, and I remember Cork started that game well last year as well. I think they were 5-6 points up quite early on, but once Kerry got going, it was like watching a a boxing fight. It was like one boxer started well, tore himself out, and then the other one just completely demolishes him for the rest of the fight. That was almost what it was like. But yeah, I mean, Stephen Sherlock, obviously, it'd be interesting to see how Kerry sort of curtail his influence. But speaking of Kerry, I mean, if they were to put in a bit of an underwhelming performance and maybe only scrape a win by 3-4 points, could that, I mean, where would you rather be at Kerry? Because I was kind of thinking like, you almost rather get some sort of a test, because I feel like that kind of helped them in 2019, because they then, there were tests going into the Super 8s. But at the same time, they should be putting up a big statement here in this game, and probably in the Munster final as well, let's be honest.
Yeah, no, but that's what I keep saying. It's all about setting down your stone, setting down your stall early and just kind of saying, right, we're here, we mean business. So, look, I think they really should just target this game, no doubt they are. Jack O'Connor probably has them absolutely firing down there. There's not much media coming from the Kerry camp. Like, if you think about it, right, since all that kerfuffle about Ed Sheeran, Páirc Uí Páirc Uí Rinn, the only bit of media you've seen from Kerry is saying, right, we would play the game anywhere. That camp is so quiet. Whereas Cork, we want this game. Ian Maguire's out. Kerry are just, how do you describe Kerry? Kerry's like the lad in the class that goes about his work in a quiet manner. Oh, no, geez, I wasn't studying for that test. Gets 80 or 90%, does well the whole time, and just, goes off to Trinity and does bloody psychology or something. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what you're dealing with Kerry. They're a professional outfit. But can they go up them steps of the Hogan stand, AP? I think the Dubs might.
I hope so. I surely hope so. I tell you, if they are, I'll be there with a beer in hand, and I'll be loving a bit like what was it, Kevin Keegan, remember in that statement? It was like, I'll love it if we beat them or something. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like I'll be a bit like that now, to be fair.
If Dublin and Cavan get to this year's All-Ireland final for 2022, Aaron, me and you are having pints that day, and no excuses.
We may have a few points anyway. We'll either drown our losses, or be one of us will be celebrating. But yeah, what was it? You're after disrupting my train of thought. I was gonna say something there now, and it's what I was gonna say was, you were mentioning there about the fact that there's obviously a lot of, we don't hear much from Kerry or whatever. I was just Googling Sean O'Shea, nothing about him whatsoever. I don't know if
Google
anyone knows,
next.
but Google you next, yeah. You and Sean O'Shea in the same conversation,
Yeah, that's standard procedure. No, you're right. There's absolutely no talk coming from the Kerry camp. They're so quiet, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because it probably suits them. But then you kind of like this kind of bit of a media talk, like who's injured, who's out. It's probably suited Kerry over the years, but then getting to the latter ends competitions, maybe it isn't, and not doing media work and all this kind of crap. But look, referring back to the game, Kerry need to get over the line. It needs to be an impressive performance, something like last year. But look, Kerry didn't set out to start the year. We know what Jack O'Connor's back for. He's there to go up them steps to the Hogan stand, lift that Sam Maguire title. Oh, God help you, GS, that man is right. Go up the Hogan stand steps and just get the job done. It's a bump in the road on Saturday. Get over that bump and on the go for the rest of the summer, AP.
Yeah, we're obviously both predicting a big Kerry win there, no doubt about that. And Galway against Leitrim. I mean, this is here we go. The main event of the
€30 into this.
Yeah, mental. Apparently, I was seeing Conor McKenna, not the Tyrone one. I feel like Conor nearly needs to go to court or something, get his name.
Unbelievable. He's given out so much about the tickets. God, like, Cavan people get a reputation for being tight. Westmeath people seem tighter. Big man, I don't know what you say about this game. Galway Leitrim. Look, I think it will probably will it be as bad as Galway Mayo last summer? I'm not sure. Galway will 110% get over the line. Galway could probably put out their B team and they'll get over the line this Sunday. It's just, it keeps referring back to the point that the bloody provincial championships is just dead. This weekend's a prime example of what and where we're at. Galway, probably with ease, you can't make a case for Leitrim. There's no point even trying to make a case for Leitrim here. It'll just be interesting as people keep saying what way Galway set up, how's Comer fixed, how's Walsh fixed. Like, I think if Galway, it pretty much kind of like Kerry, if Galway want the proper honours this year, the Connacht Championships, make a push for the All-Ireland, double-digit win here, 15, 20 points, set out their stall. Like, I want to see Shane Walsh just go to town probably in Leitrim this weekend. Damien Comer, see what they're made of, because like there's obviously always so much type about Walsh, Comer, all the time with these games. So let's see Sunday how they're fixed. But look, unfortunately, I think it's going to be a case of Andy Moran being along the sideline and looking up into the clouds.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be a long day for him. Any guesses when Leitrim's last championship win was against the Galwegian men?
94.
Oh, you're spot on. 2 points. 2 points. Jesus, you knew that one fairly well.
Did you Google it?
I did, yeah. I had because they obviously won a Connacht championship in '94. I wasn't alive back then. I was
up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Wait, are you not like, what year were you born? 95?
95. Yeah. 95. Yeah, so
I thought you were 2000 or 2001 or something.
Jesus, no, much older, unfortunately. Jeez, if I was 2000, 2001, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be, God knows where I'd be now.
You dubs. 94. And I tell you who was manager that year, John O'Mahony. Leitrim won the Connacht title, and that's the last time Leitrim football was a proper powerhouse. Look, I know Andy Moran is really trying to get the thing going there. What the thing is, I'm not really sure. He is up against it. The pick isn't there. I know Emma Mulligan's back at the tender age of 45, I think. But look, no, Leitrim, you can't make a case for them, unfortunately. Lovely gear, though. I was on Begley Sports there the other day, and Jesus, the training gear Leitrim have this year.
There you go. I mean, at least they're moving up in the world, I suppose, in regards to training gear. So that's obviously great to see. And John's obviously a big admirer there. So I mean, there you are. Make sure to check that out somewhere, wherever it is located. But yeah, lucky what you said there with Leitrim. I mean, they actually beat Roscommon, Galway and Mayo that year when they won the Connacht Championship. But then unfortunately,
GAA people should know that.
Yeah, GAA people should know that. They really should. This information should be ingrained in the brain, and then that's it, But unfortunately, it was Dublin who ruined the party and comfortably put them away in the semi-finals, the All-Ireland semi-finals. But
did you win it that year?
We didn't actually know.
All right, very good.
No, I think we were beaten by Down. I think it was good old Down.
Oh, Down 94, very good team. We changed the carton.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but Dublin did come back and win it the year later. So I mean, there you go. You win some, you lose some. That's
you win, you lose one and then win the next 50. That's the problem.
Yeah, funny enough, 94 was actually the last. It's an irrelevant topic compared to what we're talking about. But 94 was the last time Dublin lost in an All-Ireland final. So there you go.
Holy mother of God, that is a frightening statistic. Yeah, and I really make a case for you this year, I really do. But no, this game itself, look, if I'm a Leitrim fan, Cork, that's bad language. You can't say that, GAA, that's UA. If I was a Leitrim fan or a Cavan fan, even going up to play Galway, look, it's a lovely city. I was up there last weekend, and unfortunately didn't get for any points. But God, if you're going up with a gang of lads, a bus up to bloody Galway, leaving from Leitrim this weekend, enjoy the crack in Galway, lads. I don't know, book Monday off, because okay, fair enough, you won't win the game, but get yourself into some of them boozers, because you're going to be in for a lovely day's crack, drinking plenty of Guinness.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to, because I mean, you're spending what, €30 to get into that game. I mean, that I can't get my head around that as well. I mean, it's just absolutely mental, really. Like, especially, it's almost like they know they can get away with charging these such high prices, and then there's no consistency with prices in a lot of games around the country. Like,
I think the Cavan Donegal game's 25, I think, 20-25, 18 to 25. So I don't know how or where they're getting €30 to watch Leitrim and Galway. Like,
yeah,
if that game was on the backyard, you'd pull the bloody curtains, like.
Yeah. I mean, absolute madness. So it is.
Will you be doing after-match reaction to that game?
I don't know. No, I don't even think it's on TV. I don't even know. Not even too sure if it's on TV.
It's not.
I don't think so. It'd be nice to watch it just to see how Galway got on. And look, all obviously we were joking around there. I do think Leitrim have improved this year. I mean, obviously Andy Moran's come in there, and he's brought Mulligan back in. Ryan O'Rourke's looking good. Keeper, and as you said there, a couple of under 20 lads coming through. They nearly beat Mayo, actually. I think it was at under 20 level. there this year. So look, there is a lot of positives around the county, but it is just going away to Galway, Pearse Stadium. Don't think it will be an absolute demolition like it was last year, but look, Galway should probably win this by 15 plus.
Double digits. Double digits. Look, I was on YouTube there just flicking around today, and I came across the Leitrim Mayo game last year, and I think it was 5-18 to like 9 points or something like that. So I think if they could try not replicate that, which well could happen, but I think it'd be so discouraging and so disheartening if that same result happened, because Andy Moran would just be licking his wounds, going down the road again. So if they could try, okay, the game won't be tight, but if it's not a piss take score like it was for the Mayo Leitrim game last year, and just make it a bit of a spectacle, fair enough. Andy Moran, in fairness to him, he'll know the Galway lads inside out. What the reception Andy Moran will get being back in Galway, that'll be interesting, but it's going to be a bridge too far for Andy Moran.
I think so. And here is a big question for you now from Kid Cuddy. He says, which was a tougher semi for Dublin? Leitrim 94 or Cavan 20?
Well, Aaron doesn't remember 94, does he?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, you can't go back in time. If I could go back in time and see the teams play and, have my head screwed on, maybe I could give a perfect example. What you would say, though, is Leitrim beat Mayo, Roscommon and Galway that year. So
the 20 semi-final, Cavan, Dublin, Jesus,
Cavan did beat Monaghan, Donegal. So look, I don't know. Maybe Cavan are slightly better. We'll give you that one anyway. Sure, you haven't won much in.
You little rascal.
To be fair, you won Ulster 2020, so that's good enough to keep you going for another 15 or 20 years.
25 years at this rate. You see, that's what I mean. Like, I'm just hoping, like, my wee man can at least see Cavan, win another Anglo-Celt Cup and just, get back on the horse. But no, look, Sunday, Galway double digits. I think they'd be let down if they weren't. It'll just be a case of just opening up, blowing off any cobwebs from the last game, and just going at Leitrim. But you just kind of, like, probably on a serious note, like, you probably would feel sorry for the likes of Leitrim this weekend, because the provincials, we know they are such a dead duck. They're going to get absolutely annihilated on Sunday. Let's not beat around the bush, Aaron. So it's just unfortunate where we're at. And Andy Moran, Christ, you wonder why he got involved. You really would.
Yeah, I mean, it is a tough one for him, all right, as well. Make no mistake about that. We'll move on to the under-20 games. 2 All-Ireland semi-finals taking place this weekend. Tyrone and Kerry up first. Obviously, you were at the Tyrone and Cavan game, the under-20 Ulster final. Very close game. Very close game from what I heard. I didn't see the game myself now, but from what I heard, Cavan had a lot of chances in the first half and didn't put Tyrone away. And obviously Rory Canavan with that point from the sideline, absolutely different gravy altogether. So, I mean, what's your thinking for this one?
Oh, God, right. This particular game, right. Look at the last game, Tyrone against us. I think that the scary prospect is that there is 2 Canavans. So you're talking 2 Peter Canavan's sons. So, look, Tyrone for this particular game, they will be going in as underdogs. And, like, I think Kerry underage football is very, very strong. So, look, I think Canavan will be heavily relied on this weekend. Make no doubt about it. So I think, look, it's going to be an interesting game to see how it goes. Tyrone, last day, we probably should have bet them. We kicked a lot of wides in the first half. We had a free at the end to kind of draw the game, bring it to extra time. That didn't go over for us either. So, look, I think Tyrone have a good chance. They will be going in as underdogs. Owen Mulligan is giving them a hand as well. So I think Derry Carlin's there too. So there's great experience. Them boys know how to get over the line in big games. It's a massive task for Tyrone. It'll be so interesting to see how they get on. Kerry, we know how strong they are at underage, but that game will definitely be worth keeping an eye on, AP.
Yeah, like I'd probably back Tyrone, to be perfectly honest. Just for obviously
Tyrone Mings.
Tyrone Mings, I mean, yeah, very, very tidy footballer indeed for
Tyrone from Emmerdale. What was it again? Is he from Emmerdale?
Emmerdale, Jesus, right. We end this here, will we? Jesus. How do we go to speaking about an under-20 game to Emmerdale?
I keep you on your toes.
You sure do, I'll tell you that.
Vice versa. But look, this game, I think Kerry probably should win, but don't go against Tyrone because, Moxie along the line, I thought he was going to come on in that Ulster final.
Yeah, I mean, Rory Canavan with 12 points so far this year, so he's been
against Cavan was unbelievable.
Next level stuff. I mean, yeah, because I watched Kerry against Cork in that under-20 game, and it was one of them. It wasn't a great game, to be honest. First half wasn't a great standard of football, to be perfectly honest. Obviously, the quality is sometimes a little bit less with the under-20 games. Scores are a lot harder to come by, I feel. But Kerry did get going in the second half, and they clearly do have a lot of very good players coming through the ranks there at the minute. So, yeah, it'll be a tough one, but I don't know. I just have a sneaky feeling for Tyrone, especially that win over Cavan. I mean, the amount of confidence that will give them now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the former kings of underage football, Cavan. Look, you would make a serious case for both teams here, but I just think it's like, I know in fairness in the senior level, when Kerry get to the latter end of competitions, come up against Tyrone get over the line. So that hoodoo could live on. But I just don't know. They're obviously Tyrone have a massive chance as well, but I think not probably know much about how Kerry are or much of the players. But look, probably tip the hat to the Kingdom, and it's going to be a good weekend for the Kingdom.
Yeah, Thomas O'Donnell with 1-1 against Cork the last day. So we'll be certainly keeping our eyes peeled and seeing what he can do this weekend. Sligo against Kildare is the other game. And I mean, first of all, how good is it to see Sligo in an All-Ireland semi-final at under 20 level? Their very first ever Connacht Championship at under 20 level.
Yeah.
Obviously won it a couple of weeks ago. I mean, nice to see new counties coming through, new teams, new players. Look, we don't know if this success will translate into the senior team or how it will work, but obviously Sligo have been through, a lot of those players have been through hell, obviously, in the last couple of weeks with regards to the tragic death of Red Og Murphy. But, for the Sligo lads, I mean, fair play to them. Obviously, I've seen Jack Lavin's speech after the game when he credited a lot of it to Red Og and his family. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, obviously an emotional game, but for Sligo and for the under-20s in general, what a story it's been for them.
It's been brilliant, and it really you kind of have to tip your hat off to Sligo GAA for, I suppose, just having the wherewithal to kind of play in these games, especially after Red Oak's passing and what a player he was. So I just think feed off that emotion and just kind of do him proud, do the county proud, and it'd be brilliant to see Sligo making a breakthrough, because Kildare have been thereabouts in the underage kind of competition. So it'd be brilliant to see Sligo make an impact on it. Red Oak, I think he wouldn't have been under 20 this year. I think he was senior this year, so we are under 20 last year. So look, feed off that. Feed off the emotion. It'd be great to see Sligo kind of get over the line here. But again, Kildare is a big proposition. They've always had good underage minor team. So it's a big ask to the Sligo lads. We'd love to see them do it. It'd be great. It'd be one of the stories of the weekend. But unfortunately, I think the men in white will have a bit too much for Sligo.
Yeah, Owen Smith with 1-7 so far this year for Sligo. Lee Duignan with 1-4 there as well. So, I mean, look, it's been a great year, and I'll certainly be cheering for Sligo to avenge the Dubs after a very disappointing loss in that under-20 Leinster final to Kildare. Kildare did beat Offaly as well.
You're like me bringing in the Dubs there, like. You're like Paddy Andrews on the podcast. You could be talking about the weather outside, and in my relation to the Dubs, stop.
We can't help it, we're in the Leinster final, so it is a relevant point of view. I mean, we can't help it if we're appearing everywhere. Although unfortunately, not for the right reasons at the moment. But
how'd the Leinster under-20 final go?
Kildare nicked 17 points to 15. Very disappointing. But look, Kildare, they were deservedly the better side. Make no mistake about that. And beat Offaly in the semi-finals as well, who were the current
good win.
All-Ireland holders. So I mean, you can't really argue against it. Probably don't know enough about these two to make a real prediction, to be honest.
I'll go Kildare though. I will go Kildare, but I think we'd love to see Sligo win, especially what's going on up there, etc. But I think Kildare will have enough to get over the line.
Yeah, I'm gonna back Sligo. I think Sligo have enough here. I think up against this Kildare team, they'll have seen the points that Dublin kicked, how well they played against Kildare, and they'll say, we can do that, we can beat them. So there you go.
Please stop talking about Dublin. Although some of them songs are good. The Out Triangle, Dirty Old Town, Luke Kelly, what a legend.
Yeah, I mean, undoubtedly a legend. Plenty of legends up in this part of the woods. Let me tell you that. But I tell you what, we'll move on to I suppose an interesting story that came out in the last few days from
Sheep
Eugene.
farmers.
Says you, not me. So I'm gonna steer away from that comment.
I'm looking at my list there. These are the stuff you told me to say. So
maybe we'll keep that under wraps, you know. But anyway, Eugene Brannigan coming out there with an interesting interview. It was obviously voted Club Footballer of the Year. I don't think anyone can deny how good of a footballer he was for Kilcue this year as they landed their first ever All-Ireland Senior Club Football Championship. Was certainly a brilliant year for Kilcue, make no mistake about it. But he was obviously speaking, obviously after winning the award, and just to quote him here very briefly, he says, "At the end of the day, for us, it's all about winning. It's not about going and getting beaten. That's no good for us. If they're going and winning, we're happy if they're becoming better players. But if we think it's putting them back, we don't want them like that." So, you know, an interesting point of view there from Eugene Brannigan. He's obviously saying, you know, the attitude isn't there, the mentality isn't there, the winning culture isn't there. But at the same time, like, how you know if 4, 5, 6 players are like, no, we don't want to go in because, you know, the culture is bad, all the rest, why not go in? And if you're winners and, you know, all the rest, then make the culture good. You know what I mean? Like it's almost
belief in,
yeah, it's almost like if you're in a job that's, you know, really bad and you don't like it and you're thinking about going to another job, and then you're like, oh, well, I don't want to get another job because this one's really bad, so that one would be really bad. Do you know what I mean? Like it's an interesting point of view.
Yeah, look, it is, and I suppose it's timely stuff. This, and I know Barry O'Hagan done an interview, I think, with the Examiner. I don't know, did you see it? And he was kind of saying that, you know, the Tailteann Cup's not really working and playing, and so look, it's all this how kind of needs to be put into perspective, and like as well as that, you know, Down were pummeled on Saturday. You know, they're ragdolled against against Monaghan. So look, I think the timing of it is very, very bad. Down football's in the absolute dirt at the minute. You know, so I think the time is bad. You know, for Brannigan to come out and say that, it's just bad stuff, bad hearings. I think it's all well and good him kind of saying that to an interviewee, saying, "Oh yeah, God, this is what's wrong. These lads are coming in. Go and do something about it. Improve your county. Don't be throwing the toys out of the pram. If you've stuff to say, get involved. Don't be sitting on a high chair or a place at Croke Park and talking about it. You know, Down football's like a mess. They could really be doing with the Kilcue lads. I know Paul Devlin as well. He's no really interested in going in. So I know maybe from the top to bottom, Down football is a bit of a mess. But I think it's like you said. I know the Niall Kane, the keeper, has gone in and he's doing well with Down. But I just think you need to. There's no point in insulting thing or going at something if you're not involved yourself. Go in, as you say, improve it, get involved, get your voice heard, improve standards of training. And the Down lads, the Kilcue boys would be an absolutely unbelievable addition to that Down team. None of them really committed. The Brannigan boys didn't commit. I don't think Jerome Johnson was even in. His brother, that looks like Luis Suarez, can't think of his name. And then who's the other fella? Paul Devlin. So, you know, some of them boys didn't come in. So it's all well and good saying X, Y, and Z. Get involved, boys. Don't be giving out, you know. So I know, don't get me wrong, Kilcue is very successful. I know, like, if you go into the Down setup, maybe standards aren't as good as Kilcue. But look, I don't know. It's very hard to kind of be passing much remarks or something, or giving out about something when you're not getting involved yourself. So it's probably disappointing comments from Mr. Brannigan. And it kind of seems like, you know, us against the world kind of stuff going on at Kilcue and the ins and outs of that. But no, it's bad time with them comments, especially after getting a drubbing in the Ulster Senior Football Championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one, but I mean, the commitment is a lot, obviously, like going and playing, you know, all year with Kilcue, obviously going all the way to, you know, going all the way through Down, going all the way through Ulster, then going all the way through the All-Ireland. There's a lot of games and a lot of commitment, no doubt about it. And
but you don't say like I never want to commit to the Down football. Like if a young lad sees that on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like what hope does that give them for the future? Like a lad maybe trying to make the break from the Down county team. I just think the timing is horrendous. It's very strong words by Brannigan. I think he probably I think he was too honest, maybe. I think it was just a bit much. I know we keep saying it, down football is a mess at the minute, and they had the training weekend in Dublin. Some of the lads went on the beer. McCartan left the WhatsApp group, and it's all up in the air at the minute. But just, I think, what's that saying? Improve the noise instead of adding to the noise. Improve the noise, and just, look, it's not great soundings, and I think Brannigan. I'd say Brannigan's probably getting a lot of scratchy heads in the last couple of days. A few messages are coming into his phone after them comments because I think it was a bit too much.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, all right, because
very final comments.
Yeah, like you understand this point of view, and look, if he feels that way, that's perfectly fine. Like and if a lot of the Kilcoo lads feel that way, that's perfectly fine. Like they don't have to play. No one's putting a gun to their head or anything like that. If people don't want to play, don't want to play. It's an amateur sport, so that's perfectly fine. But yeah, just it's almost like there's an open fire there, and someone's gone and decided to piss on it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, do you know that way? Like like it's it's just for me, it's just a bit too harsh,
Yeah, that's a brilliant one. Look, I just think when you're seeing articles on Twitter and Facebook, and like the official GAA website tweeted saying Darrell Brannigan, is it Darrell Brannigan, Aaron Brannigan, what Brannigan? There's so many of them.
Eugene Brannigan.
Brannigan.
A lot of them, yeah.
There's more Brannigans than bloody Kardashians. But no, it's when the official GAA account is tweeting saying Eugene Brannigan has absolutely no interest. Young lads are going to see that.
Yeah.
Paint a better picture for them. How the God, like Conor Gilligan is involved with the Kilcoo lads. How there wasn't some bit of meat, right, lads? You're going up to Croke Park. Sorry, Eugene, can you maybe not say X, Y, and Z? It just seemed like, go on up to Croke Park, Eugene, and say what you like. Surely there's that bit of professionalism within the Kilcoo camp. Like Conor Gilligan is on Off the Ball. He's on BBC. He's a well-versed fella. Maybe the wheels have fallen off the truck a bit in Kilcoo after maybe Mickey Moore leaving. You wouldn't know, but no, a bit too honest for my liking. I think the standards are probably very low at the minute. I know Barry O'Hagan was saying about the Toddy Cup. Fair enough, but Christ, like you want to kind of get the ship back flowing, get bet by Monaghan in the Ulster Championship, and just the sound that's coming from that camp at the minute is just horrendous. But no, that interview is going to spark a lot of debate for the next couple of weeks, big man.
Yeah, and like I feel like with Kilcoo in general, like, and there's almost been this thing like in the past, couple of years, and in particular this year as well, where it's almost Kilcoo against the rest of the world, and I feel like this just ignites that way more as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people are going to be against Kilcoo now as well, and not like them and try and discredit them. And for me, it just brings a whole load of pressure and a whole load of nonsense, really, that just wasn't needed. He
don't
could
say this though, like it's
like he could openly come out and just say, look, at the minute, down isn't for me.
I don't,
but I would love to, maybe down won't be me for in the future, but it'd be great to see the county progress, blah blah blah.
Talk nonsense. Like, sorry, Aaron, but no, but just talk. Like, but I keep saying it, and like, Jesus Christ, what? Like, maybe some lads don't have filters, but like, when your county is pummeled down at Clonus on Saturday in the Ulster Championship, the championship you want to be in, the championship you want to be winning, 2-3 days later, I've no intentions of playing for Down. Like, like Einstein wouldn't, like, Christ bless and save us, like, and then O'Hagan saying about the Toddy Cup, like what the hell is going on up there? Like, it's you see more professionalism in a B team.
Yeah, and I understand they're obviously a huge, county in terms of history, in terms of tradition of what they've done in the All Ireland. I think they're either joint with Tyrone for the most All Ireland wins, or they're up there. One or the other anyway. They're either one or two, or I think even Cavan might be in the conversation as well, believe it or not, from all the dodgy All Irelands you won in the 30s and the 40s,
50s, 60s, yeah. But no, look, no, it is bad. It is bad. Like, and I know, okay, we don't want to go down the rabbit hole. You don't want to dwell on it too much, but it's poor the way it's came across. It's created a lot of debate on Twitter. I know a lot of Cross McGinn lads are kind of getting involved with it, because obviously Cross, the Kilcoo is probably aspiring to be a Cross, but look, the sounding's very bad from it. I'm presuming Conor Gilligan won't be a happy man the way that interview was conducted. The manager of the Kilcoo team, Brannigan, probably doesn't really care. I don't even know if he's on social media. He might be away from it all. They're probably just sheared sheep up there and looking after themselves and have a few pints. But no, it's not great, AP, and it doesn't serve the future of Down football very well. Young lads looking at that article, why like a 10, 11, 12-year-old to even 15, like, and maybe getting an underage down. Like, why, like, from Kilcoo, why are you bothering your arse nearly? And that's probably from the whole of down, because it's just, I don't know, it sparked a lot of debate, but no, it's poor stuff.
Yeah, Nash Gaming here says Down and Cavan have the same in relation to All Irelands there. So
serious tradition.
There you go. There you go. He also says, I've got questions. Kilcoo win the All Ireland club, but Down can't win a logical amount of games in the All Ireland and Alliance. Really, I find the issue is that club football is favoured towards more than county football. Yeah. But yeah, that's it, you know, isn't it? Club football just seems to be way bigger there at the minute, and you can understand so obviously given what they've achieved, but at the same time, I don't think there should be a reason to completely just put down what, you know what I mean? Like, sorry for the pun there.
down. That's some tune. It is some tune. Do you ever hear that one? Actually, it's brilliant.
Is that Rihanna? Is it?
Rihanna, I'm not sure it's Rihanna, big man. No, we'll talk about that in WhatsApp. But look, down football. Jeez, I've gone off. Jeez, Joe, when you go off trail, you're about to make a really good point, and then it goes off. What was it again? We were talking about. Oh, stop. Jeez, there's a brain fart. What were we talking about there? Down.
I think just about the fact that a lot of the down fans, down people are probably maybe more interested, more
in the club,
intrigued in the club football than the county, and obviously it makes sense. I mean, you know, when the county isn't doing well, you know.
Yeah, no, look, 100%. But like, I think with the down, like with Kilcoo and bits and pieces like that, the emphasis on that. But you would feel sorry for kind of James McCarthy and all this, because obviously, look at, he got them to the 2010 All Ireland final, hung out to dry probably in the last couple of weeks. The soundings aren't great coming from the camp. He took the job because they were stuck realistically. I know Aidan O'Rourke's there too. So look, it's harsh up there at the minute. I think there's a few complaints about the down chairman at the minute. I don't think he's kind of getting the ship in the right direction either. So it's a pity where it's at, because we keep saying about the tradition down has, and there's not much of a tradition at the minute.
Yeah, Sir Klopp here says, sorry I'm late to the party. Kerry to edge past Cork 422 to 109.
Good win the other night, Jurgen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're on the way. The quadruple is incoming. You know, Dublin might be terrible, but at least the pool.
Dublin might be terrible. That's absolutely regarding Dublin. Like I keep saying it, a really good finish to the league. He is absolutely ragdolled Wexford. He is probably ragdoll your way through Leinster. You might get a test in the order. I still think you probably will win the order. He's definitely thereabouts. Dublin Kerry final, that'd be brilliant. But good to see you online, Mr. Kloppy. You're there till 2026.
Sure is. I know. Look, I'm downplaying it a little bit. Obviously, I do think Dublin will be thereabouts this year, but we'll have to wait and see. Well, look, John, I suppose we will go ahead and finish this up here. Who's your player to watch this week of all the amazing action that's going to be on show?
Each game, I'll go with each game. In the Cork Kerry game, I think that's an easy point. Mr. DC, David Clifford, number 13. Let's Galway, Leitrim. We'll go with Shane Walsh. I think he should rip them apart. Cavan, Donegal. I will keep going with my man, Paddy Lynch, number 14. Blonde highlights.
Yeah, Mr. Lynch. All right, it will be interesting to see how he gets on against that Donegal fullback line. I'll be interested to see how Stephen Sherlock gets on getting. I've said too much, you know what? It's on. That's almost the sign to wrap this up here. But I am interested to see how he gets on against the Cork fullback line, and then maybe some of the Leitrim players against Galway as well. Why not? Tom Pryor, let's go in there. Rory, do you know what? One player I am excited to see, and this is definite excitement, is Rory Canavan, because I haven't seen too much of him.
Is that game live, Horse?
It's on. It's on TG Car. Yeah,
it's on TG Car. Lovely stuff. We get to watch that. But look, we're looking forward to the games. Unfortunately, 3 games that probably won't set the world alight. We're probably banking Cavan or Donegal, you know. But look, general predictions, as we probably said: Kerry to Railroad Cork. Cavan hopefully to put up against Donegal, but Donegal probably will win by 4 or 5 points, I'd imagine, maybe more. And then to do Galway to beat Leitrim, double. Realistically, Galway, any intentions this year, 15, 20 points.
Fair. Well, look, listen, we'll on that note, we will wrap this up here. John, appreciate you jumping on. Make sure to check out the JMac podcast as well. I was on there this week discussing all the the weekend's brilliant action. So if you haven't had enough of us already, well, guess what? You could get even more of us. So there you go. Happy days. I don't know why people would want to get more of us, but sure, look, you never know.
Me, not you, Aaron. Me, not you. Yes, my man. Really enjoying the stuff at the minute. Championships here, baby. It's heating up. We're getting to the ends of competitions. We're getting into the games. We're going to see David Clifford this weekend, and we're in for a big weekend. 3 games to look forward to.
Perfect. Top man. Appreciate you jumping on.
No worries, AP. Look after yourself.